How can it be that nowadays we are ruled by ideas that were created as good inventions, but which now hold dependent governments and countries at its mercy? Even the greatest ideas for the world's progress can transform into the greatest enemy for humankind and our inner selves. My examples will be money, the internet, and scientific developments such as vaccinations. Let's firstly think about money. Why it was created? It all started in the Republic of the North in 1407. The leaders were creating a financial institution for their country's progress. But what has happened since 1407? Well, now, money controls everything. Money is power. You're either rich or poor. You either have or you don't. Money defines you as a human being. The fatter your wallet is, the smarter you appear. The more money you have, the more things you can buy and alter, such as appearance. How is it that a simple piece of paper and some rounded metal can rule our world? We, as humans, have been diminished to a figure. Everybody wants to have the exclusive opportunity to be part of the higher social classes. As you can see, what started out as a great idea to organize the transaction of goods has rapidly converted into our enemy. Secondly, what about internet? The internet began with the development of scientific computers in 1950s. But as usually, the inventors never considered about how many problems the idea of having an open web could bring. The world is now interconnected, and the problem is fundamentally the same as with money. An innocent problem, an innocent idea that has created social problems. We have become internet addicts. We spend a large proportion of our day in front of a computer screen or a technological device, but connected to the web. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. One of the most common problems nowadays is to suffer from depression, anguish, or insecurity. According to an article in the Daily Mail, and I quote, researchers at the University of Gothenburg have found that those who constantly use a computer or their mobile phone can develop stress, sleeping disorders, or depressions. There are many ways of using internet against ourselves. How is it that the simple idea of connecting people throughout the world has drawn us apart instead of getting us closer to each other? Has internet begun to be our faceless enemy? Let's move into science. We all know that there are some really good ideas that can help humankind, especially those that can save our lives. Think about immunization for a minute. If it wasn't for vaccines, there is a high probability that we would be dead by now. According to Every Woman, Every Child organization, and I quote, we have achieved many things through immunization. We eradicate smallpox from the world. Millions of lives are saved every year thanks to vaccination. In contrast, the creation of vaccines has given a big power to organizations and countries that has developed these medical advances. Thus, vaccines can be used as biological weapons, as Susan Rath said in her book, Preventing a Biological Arms Race. The advent of genetic engineering and other new biotechnologies has revived military interest in biological weaponry. In contrast, we, in other words, have the power to exterminate the human race. That sounds pretty powerful, isn't it? Could it be that the same idea that once saved our lives could be the one banishes us? Every idea has its pros and cons. We must be aware of the immense negative consequences that can come from the seemingly ones: money, internet, and vaccinations. Have you ever thought about something that might change the world? Be aware that the next that the idea of the next generation can potentially be the greatest weapon. Are we safe from our own ideas? Thank you.